you study World War in high school, we have some memories of Germany, of this period that weren't good. Okay, we have to say that clearly. But what is very special about this country is the capacity they had in time to change their history and to make things better. I don't know how to say that, but bear with me, please. Germany, when they start fighting, everything starts from where? I don't know. But as far as I remember, when we studied that in high school, one of the direct causes of the World War One, the first war, was the bond of contentions of territory between the two territories between France and Germany that were a bond of contention, l'Alsace and la Lorraine. That's how I know the name in French. Okay, and then you also have another causes, the shooting or the killing, the assassination by, I think it was a student. If I'm wrong, you can always correct me on that. The killing, the assassination of Archduke François Ferdinand. I don't know his name in English, but in French we call him François Ferdinand. It was Archduke of Austria, okay, with his wife. They were visiting, I think, Serbia, and it was a student who, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But that was also a problem because if I remember, in the books, they say that in the Balkan, this is an area in Europe, I think, and somewhere, there were already many unrest inside. That's why, if I'm wrong, that's why when the Soviet Union started falling, it was because there were already many issues inside the Soviet Union. Because these countries like Yugoslavia, I don't know what is Yugoslavia today. Yugoslavia today, I don't know what it is today. Sorry about that. I know there was a country like Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia, and they changed the name with time. I don't know. With time, I mean later on, I don't know. Sorry about that. But there were already many issues in this area of Europe. So I don't know. That's why maybe when they killed the Archduke, it made a really serious situation. That was some of the causes, if I remember, about the World War. So Germany and France were in situation of that. But then I don't know what happened really. I have to remember, they start fighting and you start to see that people have blocked, the Allied and I don't know the name in English, sorry. Okay, the group, the British, the French, and then so on, and the Soviet Union, Russia. It was Russia at the time, sorry. Okay, and then you have the group of those later on, I think it's the Second War, and you have those of Hitler, Italy, and so on. Because the thing is, everything is about your interest. When every countries who went to the war, even Africa who participated in the war, the one and the two and the Second War, everyone have an interest. The interest of Africa, if I remember, is because French promised Africans that if you come to the war, we will give you your independence. That was the price. Unfortunately, we didn't have the real independence. And some African soldiers were killed, were executed by the French in the Tyrol uprising in Senegal. So we know that already, okay? But you see how it was bad between France and Germany, but that was really battleground. You saw that the battleground happened in some part in Africa, like in my country. There was a battleground there, and there were battleground in North Africa because that's where General de Gaulle, the former president of France, made the call for help. Okay, it happened in North Africa. If I remember, Algeria was a battleground. Okay, North Africa. So And I can confirm later on because I talked with a veteran who told me that they were fighting in North Africa as well. So, and then other part of the world. What I want to say here is what? Germany and France were, it was bad. First war, they lost. And then when the consequences of the war, you have to leave, l'Alsace-Lorraine, Traité de Versailles, Versailles treaties, decision was made, boom. Then the Second War happened. I think that's when you hear about the Nazism then. Nazism with Hitler on the head and so on. And then you enter, the American comes now, they say, oh, it's going to be, if Hitler is taking the control, because Hitler had a desire of expansion. I think it wasn't only his country, he was now trying to expand. And then that's when it became very serious that we cannot leave them, spreading. But what are the memories at the time that we had about Germany? That memories of Holocaust, that memory of Nazism, that memory of what happened during the time, right? And then what happened? They lost. Remember, there were many things happened after the war. America made the decision, even though America wasn't even, I don't think America should even make decision, because America themselves made an action that was really, no, that was not human, okay? By dropping 2 bombs on normal civilians, knowing that it wasn't even necessary at the time to drop, to bomb Japan. Yeah, because according to some documents say that the American president himself, I don't know if it was Eisenhower, who said there was no need, because Japanese already admit that they surrendered, but still, do, okay? If I'm wrong, you can correct me on that. It's okay, because history is too big. Okay, history is too big. So I don't even know how America was even eligible to talk about, to make decision after that, because I don't even understand how the British didn't tell them that, who, you cannot talk. Okay, you cannot. But anyway, I guess it was power. I don't know, because the book said that America was well sophisticated in terms of military, in the way they were dressed for it, military soldier. But I read documents also, okay, in archive, I read stuff that during the war, many German young ladies, women, were raped. By who? Those that we call coming to save the world. Okay? These soldiers that we call, they came to save. These soldiers, some of these soldiers were doing that. I read articles like that. I don't think they are lying. Some women were traumatized during the war. And then after the war, okay, we have the consequences. We know what happened. They made decisions. And again, Germany had to pay. Okay? The consequence was really hard on them. Not only because of the Holocaust, what they did, concentration camp and everything. I don't know how you call it in English. The Crystal Night, the night where they came to catch Jewish families, and like family like Anne Frank who had to flee Germany ahead of time because they foresee what was about to happen, but many didn't really see that the same way they were, So these memories were there, and then I think Germany has really paid for that, really paid. The humiliation was real because they have, if you remember, they were doing some judgment. I don't know if it was military judgment, but judgment of these people who were Nazis. Okay, these Nazis. Remember, there was a guy. I always remember because I read an article. His name was Barbie. He was known. He was a German guy. Barbie. He was an ex-Nazi, and he ran away to South America. And someone recalled. Let me check this story because this is a story that I don't know that name. I remember. Yes. See, I found it here. His name was Klaus Barbie, the butcher of Lyon. Holocaust Encyclopedia. Butcher of Lyon, former Nazi Gestapo chief, charged with war crimes. They caught him. I think he was living somewhere in South America, and many of them were, I think, maybe not only I think some of them were escaping there, I don't know, but Barbie was living in South America, and I think he had like a business. He was starting a new life there, but someone recognized him. He said, "Isn't you the former guy, Nazi Gestapo?" He was denying. The guy recognized him, and they caught him later on. So this is just a story, okay? It tells you how the image of the country were completely not good, okay? And they had to pay in a way. They paid. But they paid, I don't know if I'm wrong, but was it at the time when Stalin was president? I don't know. But at the time of the Soviet Union, Stalin wasn't even a saint either. Sorry, I don't want to mix things either, but when you talk about the Gulag was not good either, okay? But they were like the one who could decide in a way. I don't know, maybe I'm mixing everything in the history of the world, I don't know. But Stalin was not even good either. I watched History Channel, and in the past when you read about him, he was scary. He was doing stuff at the time. Okay, we talk about the Gulag. We were seeing people who couldn't even speak freely and stuff like that. But then what happened to Germany? They have what they call the silent war. The silent war. I don't have it here. No. I don't have it here. The silent war, it was like, I don't know, like children, family. I mean, I watched a little bit about that, just a very traumatic story. Is part of their history, where Germany, it was like a punishment for them. And children of that time, you know, German children who grew up after this period have to, I mean, they were traumatized. They were like the generational trauma. I don't know how to say that. Yeah, they were literally punished. I don't want to get detailed on that. I just want you to go and read about the silent war in Germany. It was horrible. It was a serious punishment to them. But what is very special, and then it wasn't even all. That wasn't even all. Because later on, as an humiliation, they built the wall. They separate Germany. Family, I will even say maybe it's families, because I'm sure that some families, because when you read some article, people were trying to go to the other side, and I think there were families who were separated by the wall. And I think they were calling this wall the Iron Curtain and the Wall of Shame. So they separate Germany in three parts, I think: the English part, the British part, the American part, and the Soviet Union part, if I'm not wrong. Okay? You saw in the picture, usually even in video, that they were watching over, they were the Soviet Union soldier, I don't know, who were on the top of the wall, and family who were trying to always escape because there was the side that wasn't really well developed. I'm sure it was the US Union side.